Give me 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. Let me stay in your arms. Here am I begging for only 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more of your charms. All week long I dreamed about our Saturday date. Don't you know that Sunday morning you can sleep late? Give me 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. Let me stay in your arms. Stir it up, little dog there, Jethro. That's the wrong song. Now pick me a hot lick, will you? That sure is hot. Let's sing another, we ain't got much time left. Give me 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. Let me stay in your arms. Here am I begging for only 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more of your charm. All week long I dreamed about our Saturday day. Don't you know that Sunday morning you can sleep late? Give me 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. Let me stay in your arms. Give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes more, only 300 seconds more. My gal is very clumsy, she looks just like an ox. She's always falling off the things, she gets a lot of flops. The other day she climbed up on a ladder in the hall. She slipped and fell down on the floor and it caved in the wall. It bruised her somewhat and hurt her otherwise, but I'm glad it didn't bruise her elsewhere. She went to town the other day to do her little chores. She looked just like a goosey gander wobbling through the stores. A husky man bumped into her, he must have been a crook. He knocked her down upon the ground and broke her pocketbook. It bruised her somewhat and hurt her otherwise, but I'm glad it didn't bruise her elsewhere. I went out walking with my gal one Sunday afternoon. We strolled around till it got dark so we could see the moon. I stole a little kiss from her while standing in the grass. She slipped and fell upon the ground and broke her looking glass. It bruised her somewhat and hurt her otherwise, but I'm glad it didn't bruise her elsewhere. She climbed upon the roof one day when it was very hot. She didn't realize that she was in an awful spot. It was 100 in the shade and she began to scorch. She slipped and fell, and when she did, she lit on her back porch. It bruised her somewhat and hurt her otherwise, but I'm glad it didn't bruise her elsewhere. I'll buy me a ticket to Greenville town, get on the train and sit me down. The whistle will blow and the wheels will roll. In 5 more days I'll be at home. That pretty girl I love so well, I'll love her more than tongue can tell. She said, forgive me if you can, for I cannot wed a drinking man. There'll come a time, and it won't be long, you'll call for me and I'll be gone. You'll call for me and all in vain, for I'll be on some western train. Go dig my grave and dig it wide, place a jug of brandy at my side, put a 44 up on my breast. Go away, you girls, and let me rest. Oh, when I die, don't bury me at all. Just lay me away in alcohol. Set a jug of liquor at my feet and tell them girls I'm just asleep. Goodbye, old booze, forevermore. My boozing days will soon be o'er. I'll quit my drinking when I have found some other way to get it down. Shoulder up your gun and call up your dog. Shoulder up your gun and call up your dog. Away to the woods to catch a groundhog. Groundhog, groundhog. Come here, Sal, with a big long pole. Come here, Sal, with a big long pole. Twist that whistle pig out of his hole. Groundhog, groundhog. Give me that pole, Sal, I'll twist him out. Here comes Sal with a snigger and a grin. Here comes Sal with a snigger and a grin. Groundhog grease all over her chin. Groundhog, groundhog. Come here, Sal, and come here, baby. Come here, Sal, and come here, baby. Grab this bowl of groundhog gravy. Groundhog, groundhog. Get that dish rag and wipe off that gravy, will you? The meat's in the cupboard and the butter's in the churn. The meat's in the cupboard and the butter's in the churn. If that ain't groundhog, I'll be darned. Groundhog, groundhog. They put him in the pot and they all begin to smile. They put him in the pot and they all begin to smile. They eat that hog before it struck a bile. Groundhog, groundhog. Don't eat him while he's raw, Jethro.
I like it rare.
Watch him, boys, he's about to fall. Watch him, boys, he's about to fall. He's eat till his pants won't button at all. Groundhog, groundhog. A little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf. A little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself. Groundhog, groundhog. When I was a simple boy, I lived out on a farm. I never killed a cheat or flea or done nobody harm. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. The sheriff, he come after me, said, go with me, my son. Your Uncle Sammy needs you to tote a Gatling gun. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. They took me to the courthouse, my brain was in a whirl. And when they all got through with me, I wish I'd been a girl. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. They punched my poor arm full of holes, they vaccinated me. They thought that it was funny, but the joke I couldn't see. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. They put me on a battleship and started over there. They told me I'd get seasick, but I said I don't care. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. I sure dread them 25-mile hikes, don't you? When I landed at the camp, I certainly did feel blue. The captain said, cheer up, my son, it'll make a man of you. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. They put me on the drill field, I done the best I could. The captain told me to my face, my head was made of wood. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. A big bombshell flew over my head, I started home like sin. The captain, he took after me, the lieutenant beat us in. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. That's just like a second lieutenant, ain't it? I went all over Europe, a-fighting for my life. Before I'll go to war again, I'll send my darling wife. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. Wars may come and wars may go, but get this on your mind. If they have another war, I'll sure be hard to find. It's bloody war, it's bloody war. Up, 2, 3, 4, halt, up, phew. I started out into the world when I was young and green. I'll tell you of the things I've heard and places I have seen. I rose from poverty to wealth, although I had no pull. And every word I say is true, I never shoot the fly, birdie, fly, way up in the sky. I love to see you sail along, fly, birdie, fly. I got a room the other night, was at the Grand Hotel. The furniture was out of sight, in fact was very swell. The floor was covered 2 feet deep with oriental rugs. But when I tried to go to sleep, the bed was full of fly, birdie, fly, way up in the sky. I love to see you sail along, fly, birdie, fly. I called upon my girl and spent the evening in her flat. To keep her dog from running around, she put it in my hat. I rose to go and then I said, here is your dog, Louise. Just then I got an awful shock, my hat was full of fly, birdie, fly, way up in the sky. I love to see you sail along, fly, birdie, fly. I used to be a Mountie and I always got my man. I'll tell you of a strange disguise by a crook named Dan. I tracked him to a nudist camp and loud he did declare, why can't you see I'm not a man, I'm just a little fly, birdie, fly, way up in the sky. I love to see you sail along. Fly, birdie, fly. Now I could sing here all night long, each verse would be a laugh. But though my lungs are very strong, I'm not a phonograph. And though you clap and stamp and roar, I'll be just like a clam. I know some people will be sore, but I don't give a. Fly, birdie, fly, way up in the sky. I love to see you sail along. Fly, birdie, fly. If you want to spread the news, there are lots of ways to use, but the ordinary ways are much too slow. There is just one thing to do, here's my advice to you. Confidentially, it's the fastest way I know. Don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and the news will get around. Don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and she'll tell the whole darn town.
Hey, Jethro. You know what a who's it is?
A who's it?
Yeah.
What's a who's it?
That's one of them our things that hang up on the wall.
Yeah.
It rings every once in a while.
Yeah.
And you pick up a little thing on there and you stick it up to your ear.
Yeah.
And you say, who's it?
Is that a joke?
Yeah.
Almost every Saturday I would pass the time away. Gambling with the boys was always kinda nice. I was lucky as could be till a woman squealed on me, and she told them I was using loaded dice.
Shoot a nickel.
Saw the cutest blonde one day dancing in a cabaret, and she swung her hips around from A to Z. I said it don't mean a thing if you haven't got that swing. So she turned around and took a swing at me. I don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and the news will get around. Don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and she'll tell the whole darn town. Had a fight and shot a man when the Martin feud began, and I thought that I had covered up my trail. Now I sing a different song, cause a woman done me wrong, and her gossip put me in the county jail. Oh, again, don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and the news will get around. Don't telephone, don't telephone, don't telegraph, don't telegraph. Tell a woman and she'll tell the whole darn town. On a summer's day, when the sun was shining hot, the lady love of old Bill Bailey was hanging some rags on the line in her backyard and weeping hard. She's married to an old brakeman who took and threw her down, had a bell ring around like a prune-fed calf and a great big gang around. And to that crowd she yelled out loud, won't you come home, Bill Bailey, won't you come home? She moaned the whole day long. I'll do the cooking, darling, I'll pay the rent. Baby, I done you wrong. Remember that rainy evening I turned you out, had nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know I'm to blame, now ain't that a shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Now Billy, he drove by in a great big automobile. Had a great big brakeman and a coachman, hear that big winch squeal all day long. Bill heard her groan. She hollered through the door, "Oh, Billy, are you sore? Stop a minute, won't you listen to me? Won't I see you no more?" Bill winked his eye and heard her cry, "Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home?" She moaned the whole day long. "I'll do the cooking, darling, I'll pay the rent. Baby, I done you wrong. Remember that rainy evening I turned you out, had nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know I'm to blame, now ain't that a shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?" When it's long handle time in Tennessee, I will take my old guitar up on my knee. When the winter wind it blows, I will yodel through my nose. When it's long handle time in Tennessee. In Tennessee, in Tennessee, Tennessee, in Tennessee. When it's long handle time in Tennessee, I'll get out them old long handles, I mean them old red flannels. When it's long handle time in Tennessee. I dug into my old trunk the other day, my long handles I had put there for to stay. When I dug them out, you see, it sure embarrassed me, for the rats had gnawed a hole plumb to the knee. To the knee, to the knee, to the knee, to the knee, for the rats had gnawed a hole plumb to the knee. So I put them on the shelf and I eat the rest myself, the little parts the rats had left for me.
Them things sure eat you, don't they?
There are many kind of handles you can wear. There are long ones, short ones, fat ones, thin and square. But the ones that I like best are the ones with a little vest, for they button and they ain't no partner. No partner, no partner, no partner, no partner, for they button and they ain't no partner. They're just like old Baldy's hair, for they ain't no partner. That's why I like my winter underwear.
Oh, pick that boogie woogie.
When I die and they put me in my grave, there is only one thing, Mama, that I crave. When they lay me down to rest, please fulfill my last request and button my long handles over me. Over me, over me, over me, over me. Won't you button my long handles over me? Now this song ain't meant to tease, listen to our little plea. Put your handles on before you start to freeze. Liza in the summertime, Liza in the fall. If I can't have Liza all the time, I won't have her at all. I go up in the mountains and give my horn a blow. I think I hear my true love say, yonder comes my beau. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train.
Now turn the music, Jethro. Let's read them notes.
I wish I had a needle and thread as fine as I could sew. I'd sew my true love to my side and down the road we'd go. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train. Her face was of a ruddy hue, her hair a chestnut brown. Her eyes were like a thundercloud before the rain comes down. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train.
Blow that whistle.
Her head is like a coffee pot, her nose is like a spout. Her mouth is like an old fireplace with the ashes all raked out. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train. I went to see my Liza Jane, she was standing in the door. Her shoes and stockings in her hand and her feet all over the floor. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train. The hardest work I ever did was breaking on the train. The easiest work I ever did was hugging Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor gal, poor little Liza Jane. Poor little Liza, poor little gal, she died on the train, she died on the train.
Well, there she goes, Jethro.
Yep, sure is.
Jack of diamonds, and I know you are both silver and gold. Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If I don't get rye whiskey, I think I will die.
Pour me a little dog. Whoa, that's enough right there.
It's a whiskey you've building, you've been my downfall. You've kicked me, you've covered me, and I love you for all. It's a beefsteak when I'm hungry, rye whiskey when I'm dry, greenbacks when I'm hard up, and heaven when I die.
Give me some of that red kind now. Give me a little of that chaser, too.
I'll go to yonder holler, I'll fill me a still. I'll give you a gallon for a $5 bill.
Not bad.
Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If a tree don't fall on me, I'll live till I die.
That sure is good, ain't it?
If the ocean was whiskey and I was a duck, I'd dive to the bottom and never come up. Now the ocean ain't whiskey and I ain't a duck. I'll play Jack of diamonds and trust to my luck.
One more drink.
Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, rye whiskey, I cry. If whiskey don't kill me, I'll live till I die. I can tell by the look in my baby's eyes, I can't keep up with the younger guys. I feel that old age creeping on. All I do is walk the floor, I can't do my homework anymore. I feel that old age creeping on. around too many years, too darn old to shift my gears. I feel that old age creeping on. Gonna have my crankcase drained, get my oil and water changed. I feel that old age creeping on. Me and my gal in a Model T, she looked over and said to me, I feel that old age creeping on. Little darling, don't you tar, if my engine should backfire, I feel that old age creeping on. I'm like a flower without a stem, started running on my rim. I feel that old age creeping on. I need a coat of Simon eyes, all my tars are vulcanized. I feel that old age creeping on. Young men under 25 all have high dramatic drive. I feel that old age creeping on. I used to be young and full of zip, but now my clutch is starting to slip. I feel that old age creeping on.